Dear students of grade 9, welcome to this session, exam session for grade 9 students. At the beginning, allow me to introduce my colleagues in the studio, Ms. Sana Ismail, English language teacher, Damascus Directorate.
Thank you.
Ms. Maha Al-Jarkas, English language teacher, Damascus Directorate.
Good morning.
And Ms. Nasreen Saqbani, English language teacher, Damascus Directorate.
Hello.
And me, Majid Ogorri, Senior Supervisor and Coordinator of English Curriculum at NCCD. Our director for today is Hiba Eid. Thank you for being with us. We're going to start with the exam paper. So this session is for the final exam, 9th grade. Following slide. This is a slide for the questions. These papers are going to be the exam papers. Not these papers actually like them. These papers came in 2018. But we can show you them as samples, and we're going to separate them question by question and to show you the answers as if you were in the exam. Before we start, I have an advice to you. You are going to see for the first time in the grade 9 exam book, an exam book. In this exam book, you will find numbers for every question. So you don't need to write the question again. You just write the answer next to the number you see in the exam book. Sometimes you need to write the word, sometimes only the letter is accepted. We will tell you while doing the exam. Next, Ms. Hiba, we are going to see the first part of the text in the exam paper. Ms. Sana is going to read the text, please.
Okay. Before reading the text, my advice to students is to read the questions under the text in order to know what to do, in order to focus on the tasks. Yes.
So that when they read, they know what they are looking for.
Yeah. Okay. The text is, Mexico City is one of the largest cities in the world with a population of 18 million. It's situated on a plain in the center of Mexico. It was originally an Aztec city and was conquered by Spanish in 1581. People still speak Spanish today. Mexico City is an important cultural and financial center with skyscrapers and many historic areas. Each year, 10 million tourists visit sites and museums. The city's subway system is one of the busiest in the world, used by more than 4 million people every day. Unfortunately, Mexico City is one of the most polluted cities in the world.
Thank you so much. So, before the student reads the text, he needs to read the questions. Now we're going to see the questions. Next slide, Ms. Hiba. Ms. Maha is going to start reading the question.
So the first question is a multiple choice question. Students have to choose the right answer, A, B, or C, to complete the following sentences. Sentence 1, Mexico City...
30 marks are allotted for
yes.
this question.
Mexico City is located in the of Mexico. Is it in the south, A, or B, middle, or C, north? Of course, the right answer is in the middle. The student can...
Ms. Hiba to see the answer. So it is B, middle. The student
yes.
can...
So the student can write either middle or B.
Okay.
Both are correct. Type.
Or both.
Yes.
Or both.
Or both, yes.
Number 2, Ms. Nasreen.
Yes. 2, the subway system in Mexico City is a crowded, quiet, peaceful.
Quiet.
Quiet.
Or peaceful.
Or peaceful.
So the answer is...
The correct answer is crowded.
Crowded.
Yes.
Number 3, Ms. Sana, will you please read it?
Okay. People in Mexico City speak Spanish because...
We have 3 choices.
Okay, 3. The first one is Mexico was governed by Spanish.
By Spain.
By Spain, sorry. P, Spanish is the mother language in Mexico. C,
B, Spanish is the mother language in Mexico. C,
Mexicans live in Spain for a long time.
Will
The
you click?
answer?
Will you click the answer, Miss Hiba?
Yes. The answer is Mexico was governed by Spanish.
Spain. By Spain.
Spain, sorry.
Second
Slide.
slide. Miss Maha.
Yes. The question is that the students have to choose two of the underlined words in the text to suit their definition below.
So the second question, 4 and 5, the following questions are about meanings.
Yes. We have two words which are numbers 4 and 5, and in the text we have 3 underlined words.
Exactly.
Students, so we have an extra word. Number 4 is people who live in a particular place.
In a particular place.
Yes, in a particular place. So the right answer is population.
Population. Can we see the answer, Miss Hiba? Population.
Yes. Number 5 is connected with money, and the right answer is financial.
Financial. Can we see it? Following slide, Miss Hiba, please. This is the second part, and Miss Nasreen is going to read the text.
Yes. The second text is about the climate change. Climate change is the most serious problem that faces the Earth nowadays. We all know that the Earth is getting warmer. This will cause the icebergs to crack and pieces will break off and melt. And when that happens, the water level will rise. Scientists have predicted a sea level change by the year 2100. They estimate that the sea will rise 50 centimeters on average by that time. The rise will come from warmer sea temperatures and from melting ice. This rise in sea level will have a dramatic effect on coastal cities and towns all over the world.
Thank you. Following slide, Miss Hiba, please. We need to go to the questions. Miss Sana,
Okay.
we have true or false.
We have 3 questions: true, right, true, or false. It's
According
allotted-
to the text. So the student
Yeah.
needs to read and compare it to the text and then to decide if it is correct,
True or
Yeah.
true or false.
It's allotted 30 marks.
It's allotted 30 marks.
Yes. The coastal cities will be affected by the rise of the sea level. It's absolutely true.
Can we see, click the answer, Miss Hiba? True. Number 7, Miss Maha.
Yes, number 7, scientists have predicted that the sea will rise 15 centimeters in 2100, and of course, the answer is false.
False. Miss Nasreen, number 8.
Yes, people think that the Earth will be cooler.
Click, Miss Hiba. True.
Yes, true.
So people think that the earth will be cooler. It's true. Then the following question, answer the following questions. Here, the students needs
To write.
to write.
Yeah.
Miss Sana,
Okay, number 9. What will happen if the icebergs, to the icebergs when the temperature is high?
when the temperature is high,
Yeah.
click Miss Hiba to see the answer.
Okay, the icebergs will crack and pieces will break off and melt.
Okay. Miss Maha, number 10.
Yes, what is the main problem that faces the Earth nowadays?
Click
And-
Miss Hiba.
And the answer is that climate change is the most serious problem that faces the Earth nowadays.
Thank you so much. Following slide, Miss Nasreen,
Yes. The second part or
second
the
part of the
of
exam
the
paper.
exam paper is about choosing. C. Read the following sentences and choose the correct answer. And of course, it is allotted 30 marks. The accident, whose or
Whose or which?
happened yesterday hurt many people. And here we have to choose between these two relative pronouns. And of course, we have to choose which,
Which?
because it is not
thing.
person, a thing. Yes.
And it's not for possessive
Mhm.
issue.
But here I have a question. One of my students asked me before that in our book, in the 9th grade, we don't have any mention for whose.
Why did you put it?
Yes.
Yeah, because it is not needed to be answered. Maybe it's easier. Maybe the following times this will not be added since they didn't meet the word before. You're right, and your student is right. Number 12, Miss Sana.
Okay, there is too much or too many noise in the city center.
Here we
the
have
answer,
uncountable noun.
yes, we have uncountable nouns.
Noise.
So the answer is too much.
Too much.
Okay, some students asks about the composition, about the paragraph, whether it is optional or not.
We don't have until now anything decided about this. Exam is going to be like the previous years. If we have any change, we will tell you through the website of the ministry. But so far, it's the same. We reached number 13. Whose turn?
Yes.
Miss Maha?
Yes. If you want to attend the film, you shouldn't or have to buy a ticket. Here, the student must differentiate between the use of should or have to. And of course, the right answer is have to.
Have to. Click Miss Hiba. Have to. Miss Nisreen,
Yes,
number 14.
I haven't finished my work, of course, yet.
Since it is present perfect,
Present perfect.
it's yet.
And-
Click Miss Hiba, please, to see the answer. It's yet. Next slide, will you please? Choose the correct answer, A, B, or C, to complete the following dialogue. Here we have a dialogue, and we need to add the missing part.
Yeah.
Miss Sana.
Okay, the dialogue is between Maha and Rana. Rana says, who is coming to visit you next July?
The question is going to visit you next July.
Okay.
Should we put who, or choose, or what?
Since we have visit, the one who visit is a person, not a thing.
Yes, this is one thing. The other thing, the student needs to read the whole conversation.
Yeah.
From the answer, we can know the question.
Is about
My
person.
relatives, it's about people. So which one goes with people?
Who?
Who?
And you
So
are
the
asking
answer-
about the subject
The
here.
subject, yes, not about possessive issue. Miss Maha, number 16.
Yes. My sorry. My relatives are going to visit A, we, B, our, C, us. Of course, they are going to visit us.
Us. We need object pronoun.
Yes.
It's us, yes. Number 17.
17, Rana. Are you going to take them, space, the museum, at, to, or with? So the right answer is
Two.
To.
To the museum.
to the museum.
Sana,
Okay, Maha, no, because they stay for a long time. Here, the answers are won't, aren't, and haven't. The answer is won't, because stay is verb one. We can't.
Verb zero.
Yes, verb zero. We can't use aren't because it needs ing.
yes.
And
haven't,
haven't needs a past participle.
verb 3, yes.
Always in the dialogue we have these choices about the using of the auxiliary
Yeah.
verb and the verb after it.
Yeah.
And it is an easy thing if you see
Yes.
an ing to the verb, so we have to use verb to be.
Yeah.
And if it was
Verb
verb
three.
3, so we have to use have or has. But now, when when the verb is in the zero form, so we have to choose the
Auxiliary.
auxiliary
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're right. Miss Maha,
Yes.
exercise B.
Yes. Right.
30 marks is allotted to this part.
Yes. Write the missing word in each space. This question is one of the most difficult questions for the students. They find it difficult, although it's a very easy one. The words that they have to write are functional
Functional.
words. Yes.
We mean by functional, not main word, not
Yes.
a noun. It should be either auxiliary,
Yes.
an article, verb to be, relative pronoun, or pronouns.
So they are words that complete
Preposition.
grammar, not the meaning.
Yes.
Yes. Number 19, Rama, doing a lot of exercise to keep fit. Here we have the space before the verb, so doing has ing. So we have
Yes.
to think about the present continuous. And the answer is.
Is. Click, Miss Hiba. Is. So from doing, we know that it is present continuous, and the missing word is. Is doing a lot of exercise to keep fit. Miss Nisreen,
Yes.
Syria.
Syria is rich in history and culture.
Syria is rich in history, culture. We have two nouns. So to match between them, we need to have a conjunction, which is and. Click, Miss Hiba. And.
Can we use or, for example?
Sometimes it is accepted. Sometimes it is accepted in the exam. But to be on the safe side, when we have two nouns, usually we join them using a conjunction which is and.
Yes.
Miss Sana,
21. There isn't space sugar left in the jar.
from their grammar,
Yeah, we have a negative form. We can use any. Okay, we can use enough because
Enough.
yes, enough before we use
Or
it before
much.
the nouns. We can use much because sugar is uncountable now.
yes, so we can say there isn't any, there isn't enough, there isn't much. Thank you. Following slide, Miss. Complete each item in column A with the correct choice from column B. Miss Maha, this is matching exercise.
Yes.
From the meaning, the student needs to know the meaning of the words so that he understands the whole question, and then he can match between the relative or the ones that are related to each other.
Yes. Number 21, I wish I had more free time too.
Two.
Of course, the correct answer is D, which is start learning to play the guitar.
And actually, after two, we need to have an infinitive.
Yes.
And the only infinitive in the second part is start.
Start.
So he can have it as a hint. Miss Nasreen,
23. People should use bicycles because, C, they are better for the environment. Of course, all the time, the student in this exercise should comprehend all the sentence. But also we have some techniques we can use, like what you said before, that if the after two we have zero form of the verb. Here we are talking about environment and the using of bicycle. So it's an easy question, I think.
this is one thing. Another thing, if I was the student, I would try all the things to see which one suits best.
Yes.
People should use bicycles because she is very worried.
No.
Doesn't make sense. People should use bicycles because they are better for the environment. It's okay. I try the following one. People should use bicycles because start learning, because needs a subject and a verb, so it doesn't fit.
Yes.
Then I continue. People should use bicycles because you will miss the bus.
It's illogical.
People is plural, and you will miss. So the best one is they
Yes.
are better for the environment. So I do the same with
With
all
the whole sentence.
sentences, with,
read the
with the whole
column B
sentences,
with
but
each
the
sentence.
ones that I took before, I skip them. Number 24, Ms. Sana.
Okay. Please don't be late, or the answer is you will miss the bus. Here, the conjunction or connect between two sentences, not two nouns.
Connects, yes.
Yeah.
And the last one, we have two.
Yes.
We need to choose one of them, Ms. Maha.
25, Hind's mother is in hospital, so, of course, Hind is very worried. So the correct answer is she is very worried, which
Worried.
is B.
Yeah, again, we can try all of the other side to choose which one is the best. This depends on the student, him or herself. The following slide, Ms. Nasreen,
Now we come to the most important exercise. It is about tenses, and it's allotted 50 marks.
50 marks.
26, Dana would be or will be
The,
happy.
the rubric is choose the correct tense between brackets.
Yes.
Brackets needs S.
Dana would be or will be happy if she passed her test.
This is
Here,
conditional sentence type 2
sentence 2, so we choose would be.
because we have past and past is
In verb
in the past, so it should be would.
Yes.
Thank you. Miss Sana,
Okay, number 27.
yes.
A tourist asked me about the directions while I have been shopping or was shopping yesterday. In the first part, we have simple past, which interrupt the action of shopping in the next part, so we have to use was shopping.
Yes, because when we have something in the past, it doesn't have connection with the present. And have been shopping is a present, so it's not accepted. And as you said, an action interrupted another action. Shopping was happening first, and a tourist asked me while I was shopping
Yes.
is the correct answer. Miss Maha?
Yes, number 28, he moved or he has moved to Canada when he was 5. Here we have two tenses, which is the past simple and the present perfect. And in the sentence, we have reference to the time, to the past time, so the student needs to use moved.
Yes, because again, when we have reference time reference, we cannot use the present. So it should be past, moved. Thank you so much. Miss Nasreen?
29. I prepared or have prepared for tomorrow party since last week. And of course, in this sentence, we have another indicator, which is since. Since indicate to the present perfect.
Indicates, yes, the present perfect.
So I choose have prepared.
Have prepared. Yes, thank you. Miss Sana?
30. My mother cooks or is cooking dinner at the moment. At the moment is an indication to the present continuous, which is something happening now. So we use is cooking.
Is cooking. Following slide. Complete the following dialogue. Here we have a dialogue and the student needs to write the question. Miss Maha?
Yes. Before we answer, the students need to know that this is a conversation and the questions are related to each other. So they have to read the 3 sentences thoroughly, then they will answer the questions. Here we have a conversation between Kinda and Ruba. Ruba answers, journalists write articles for newspapers. The question is, who writes articles for newspapers?
We can have another question as
Of course.
well. What do journalists write
Right.
for newspapers?
Yes.
But according to the conversation, it is who writes articles for newspapers
But
is
the two
accepted.
answers.
Yes.
Both answers are accepted if the student writes each. The following, Miss Nasreen,
The answer is they work in
offices.
in offices, yes. So the question should be, where do they work?
Click.
And I want to
Where do they work?
mention something that in writing a question, the students have to use at least 3 words.
Yes, of course.
And
And a question word.
With the question word. If they use only word, so they won't take any marks.
And if they use yes/no question, they will lose marks,
Yes,
maybe 0. So we need to use a question word.
yes.
Why? Because in the answer, we don't have yes or no. So it is WH question,
WH.
and the student needs to write a WH word. Miss Sana?
Number 33. Ruba says they spend about 8 hours working a day. 8 hours is a duration of time. So the question word is how long.
How long?
Now,
Click, Miss Hiba.
yes, the tense is simple present. So we say, how long do they spend working a day?
How long or how many hours
Yeah.
is accepted? How long do they
It's okay.
spend? Do they work a day? Or how many hours do they work a day? Both are accepted. Next slide, please. What's your favorite sport? Here we have the question, and the student needs to write the answer. And this depends on what the student wants to write. So the student needs to write at least 3 words. As you said, we need a sentence, subject and a verb with full meaning, and at least 3 words. So what's
Sentence
your
or,
favorite?
They can use clause, only subject and verb.
But not one word.
Yes.
Yes.
He cannot say tennis alone. He needs to say, my favorite sport is football, tennis, swimming, anything, but a sentence.
I like tennis. Is accepted.
I like tennis, yeah, 3 words.
Yes.
How often do you practice it? I often practice it 3 times a week. Or any logical
Yes.
answer.
I
the
do
student
it
writes.
once a week.
Yeah.
I do it every day.
Yes.
It's okay. Next slide, Ms. Hiba, please.
Composition.
We come to composition. We have to write a 50-word composition about only one. So we have 2. We need to choose one of the 2. In grade 9, we have 2 topics, and the student needs to choose one of them. Not to write 2 compositions, only one. Either topic 1 or topic 2.
And if they, when we correct the paper, some of them write 2. Composition, so we take,
we consider the first.
consider the first one only.
Sometimes this depends on the grading scale discussion. Sometimes we take a decision to consider the longer. Sometimes we consider the first. So for the students, to keep on the safe side, just write one you are sure is correct. We are going to take 5 minutes as a break. And after the break, we're going to explain about the grammar the students need to do this exam paper. 5 minutes, and we will be back